are you a commodity or are you a brand? There's just so much you can sell the watermelon for. There's just you can't go too far when you're selling watermelon. But when you choose to create a brand for it, same thing with you. If you want to just be a regular lawyer, it's the peg. It's the peg they're going to pay you. But if you choose to be a person of substance, and you choose an avenue, I heard about someone who was doing pigeon law. It's very interesting. I thought very fascinating. Pigeon law, strict law. All this, the practical, the ones they watch on paternity law. Oh my word.
Isn't that
on
account,
TV.
that page?
I don't know whether it's real or whether it's theater or whether it's movie, but it's not what to watch. And they bring in all the artistry. The father of this child, and they now close and they do the commercial. Eats. And then they call the person today when there's so much you're thinking, you're operating, you can bring in your own flavor. I'm asking you, are you a commodity or are you a brand? The Coke in a roadside shop is a commodity. So if the madam tells you Coke is 2,000 naira, what will you do as a lawyer? What will you do? Hot Coke, 2,000, what will you do?
You will just
use a how much? Because you know how much it costs. You can't go beyond
500.
600, but you can't go so far. But when it goes to another environment where there's class and prestige, then they can tell you 2,000 naira, and you can't argue. You bring out your card painfully. You're not telling you.
I swear down.
You swear. And the money will take you. And you'll be annoyed in the car, but they're like, thank you. Or you're like, it's okay.
You could do more, but you will pay.
It's a brand. So my plea to you this morning, next slide please, is to it'll take you a while, but begin to build in you the brand you want us to see. Ask your core team, what am I projecting? We do something in my class. We'll ask them what do you think about them? And sometimes it's very different what they think about themselves. It's not what you think about yourself. That's not what your brand is. It's what you've shown us over the time that we think about you. Branding is about being authentic. Authentic. As a country, if we only knew what that meant. I was in Wales some years ago, and the taxi guy was taking me to my Airbnb. He said to me, Madam, today they're playing ball. It was AFCON, African Nation. They're playing between Nigeria and I think another country was. They were playing Egypt. He said, after dropping you, I'm going to put my whatever off. I must watch you boys play good football. But we don't know how to use that. Otherwise, we should have a football village in this country.
Wow.
Because that's already our brand. People love the way we dribble, and play football. And there's so much things when we play ball.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Thinking that we should use something else to make our brand. Don't try to be something. Find out who you already are. Use that flavor to brand the person you want to be, your profession.
Okay.
That's how it works. Don't say, I want to be a kind of lawyer. Find out, who am I naturally? Ask your core team. Don't ask your maid, though. Don't say, Alice, sir, how am I? Okay,
I beg you, good. I beg. She don't want to lose her job. I got good.
Titus, the driver, sir, how am I? Okay, I beg you, who say you buy it? Because you have to pay him. Ask people who can tell you the blunt truth. Who am I really? And when you don't like what they say, but you use what they say to rebrand yourself.
Yeah.
I said before, a commodity is restricted. It's just how far you can go with a commodity. But with a brand, once you go to eat somewhere, they tell you that if I'm doing, they won't call it pomo, they call it, hide and skin, peppered hide, with the flavor is pomo, that's selling for you.
Ordinary zobo, they call it hibiscus.
Hide and flavor, and they give you one, and you're like, wow.
When you see it, when they serve you, now say that it's actually zobo.
That's what I'm saying. That there's nothing you can't brand. So the general thing is to be a lawyer, yes, and yes, you're offering services. But what is your niche? What exactly is your unique selling proposition? What is that different thing about you? What's the differentiator? Once you find that out, you can fly with that. But it starts with how you present yourself. An interview was going on, and they asked the guy, what do you do? He said, I'm a monocotyledon cremator. Thank you. What exactly is that? He said, oh, guy, roast corn.
Oh my God. Corn.
Hear how you monocotyledon cremator.
Oh God. Packaging.
Monocotyledon corn.
Packaging.
Cremator. Roast. side, I'm not scorn. He was just trying to up his game. Whether as an individual, as a person, as a spouse. Once in a while, I just bone for my husband. Just bone, just to up my market value small. Because if he's serious, I don't see already. Hello? Because it's part of the love that I'm feeling in myself. Once in a while,
Oh my God. I swear.
and I was bold. Nothing. Just because, hello, what happens when you have it in surplus? What happens to the product? What happens to the price?
It decreases. Yeah.
So even when he was courting me and I knew I liked him, I'll be doing like I'm not be me. Meanwhile, inside me, I was like, God, thank you. He asked me, did you want apple? I love apple. I said, no, thank you. Because I was raised to say, no, thank you. He said, I insist. So I said, well, if you insist. Meanwhile, I wanted it. But he felt like, he didn't see me as someone who was desperate or what. I said, because you insist. Meanwhile, inside me, I don't talk.
You really want that?
And then he asked me, and he said, be my guest. I said, I'm thinking about it. When I got to my room, I was like, hey, Jesus, thank you. Because I liked him, but I had to show him that
You actually want it.
So even after 24 years, I still try to sometimes hold my
Yeah.
because I'm a woman, so that you will try to report me. I want to report it. So that the price will not drop, so that we always up our game. One aspect of branding is you learn to be scarce. Say scarcity.
Scarcity.
Don't say scarcity, say scarcity.
Oh my God.
Say scarcity.
Scarcity.
The third main language. Not third main language.
Third.
Say scarcity.
Scarcity.
Learn to be scarce.
Learn to be scarce.
Say not scarce. That's not branded. Scarce. So you must learn to apply that rule of scarcity. One second. Why is gold expensive? Why is gold expensive? It's scarce.
Want to fire.
That's why. So if you understand that act of it, I run everywhere. One time NNPC called me to speak, and then I said to them, I'll check my schedule. If you have schedule, I'll check my schedule. It was years ago. And they were like, we really hope you have the time. I said, I'll see how that goes. And they called me and said, yes, I think I can speak out time for you. And then they said, asked me how much. I called a very high price. And they said, please. But they have seen me as some brand to associate with. I want to challenge you as individual lawyers. Because the idea we have about lawyers is the categories. There are some that are not that, just glorified houseboys. Apologies for that, for sounding that way. But there are some that are learned, that real learned silk. They resemble learned silk. They resemble that. But the other ones look like, the regulars. I'm asking you, where do you want to play? You've got to build that brand. Because people identify you whether you are aware of it or not. And that brand is how they will pay you. Your earnability is linked to our perception of you. And you show us how to perceive you by what you project daily, how you carry yourself, how you walk. Even if you want to scratch in public, there are ways to scratch. You don't go,
Like they use jazz on the I swear. They're just running mad.
Then get iron sponge and then go out. How to use
you're doing stylish, so excuse yourself.
Stylish. Can I show you how to use the bathroom? How to compose yourself? You don't just do that. Arsenal, Chelsea, leave Arsenal, leave Chelsea, focus. Go close to the white porcelain and sit down. Then bring out the instrument and point it towards
instrument again.
Then after shaking.